welcome back, everybody, to the Nerdcore Podcast, the podcast that reviews of movies and talks that nerd shit. This is episode 676, and it is your review of Lone Star. As always, it is the Nerd Chicana here to host the show. That's my wonderful co-host, Brad Young Yoda.
What's up, everybody? The sun burns.
Yeah, this isn't how usually Brad looks like when he's podcasting. Also, this gives me a really big sense of what time is over there in Arizona. Like, right now, the sun is like setting over here ish. And over there, it's like destroying the fuck out of Brad's eyelids.
I need curtains, I think, for this window. I don't know where the fuck I would put them, but I think I need them.
I think you need them, Brad.
Yeah.
And blackout curtains, too.
Need something.
Yeah. Ah, man. As always, live and early for our patrons over at patreon.com/thenerdcore. At the $1 tier, you get this episode live, early, and ad-free, because this episode is brought to you by SeatGeek. But more about that later on in the show.
This episode also brought to you by my forehead.
Yeah. Well, before we can get into today's episode, Brad, how are you doing?
I'm living the dream role. I'm living the fucking dream.
You're not what's it called? That you're not that convincing, Brad.
I blame my wife for all of this.
Yeah. But how you been as of late, Brad? I know we were supposed to do this yesterday, but I hadn't finished the film yet, and I was too busy helping my brother as we were buying plane tickets for the wedding in June. So
yeah, and I had no issue with that because I figured I'd be doing this at our regular schedule time, but I guess things change. things change there, and now I'm here being blinded by the sun.
Yep. Oh, Brad. When Brad first started this podcast, were you married, Brad, or
yes.
You were. Yes, married.
I was. I think just married.
Yeah. Because I remember when Brad got married.
Yeah.
I remember when Brad got married.
Yeah, because I started podcasting in this house.
Yeah, you did start podcasting, but not in this room.
No, no, it was on a laptop on the couch downstairs, with a shitty microphone.
Yeah, but hey, man, you still got the chance to podcast.
Yeah. And now I'm Marlon Brando.
Now you're Marlon Brando, bro. Yeah. I've just been chilling, Brad. I went to go see Challengers, and I went to go see
Oh God, and you didn't take Luis, did you?
No, I went to go see the Mummy, the re-release of the Mummy, not the Tom Cruise film, Brad, the 1999 film, the good film.
The Brendan Fraser one.
Yeah, the good
Good one.
Yeah, not the remake.
I don't think I've ever seen the Tom Cruise one, and never planned to. No, did we review it?
Oh!
I don't remember unless we reviewed it.
No, we never seen that movie.
Yeah, okay. If we never reviewed it, then I probably never seen it.
Yeah. I don't want to.
There's only certain films where I'm like, Tom Cruise, sure, but other films is like, I don't even think I've seen like Mission Impossible since like Mission Impossible 3. And now they're on what, like 8 or 9 or some shit.
Something like that, Brad. Something like that. I'm just at this point, I'm just kind of like, yeah, whatever.
The Live, Die, Repeat, whatever. I know that's not the actual name of the movie, but that movie was pretty good.
Yeah. Well, that should have been the name for the movie, but
Yeah, well, that was the fucking, when they put it on posters, that was literally what it said, and then it had the title somewhere there, but
yeah,
whatever,
Brad. Yeah, but nonetheless, Brad, we're here to get a little bit in the Western feel, Brad. We're gonna be talking about some
Matthew McConaughey.
Yeah, man. Before he was like, hey, Robbie,
barely on screen.
Yeah, barely on screen, bro. Barely on screen.
I don't even think, like, I was reading, I don't even think his name made it into like the starring on.
I don't think so, right?
On the Tubi version, I don't even think he was I don't even think his name was like on the starring, because you had Chris Christopherson in there.
Yep.
So I think he got top billing.
Brownsville's very own Chris Christopherson, bro.
Oh, is he from Brownsville?
Mm-hmm. He's from Brownsville. Yep.
All I gotta say is, fuck Charlie Wade.
Yeah.
Which I think everybody else in that town had to say.
Yeah, he hated that motherfucker. Yeah. But yeah, Brad, just chilling here, man, watching some stuff and editing a lot of stuff. So I'm just been trying to, let's go, keep busy here. Still trying to find a new job. Yeah.
I'm
So,
on the search still, sir.
well, yeah. Now all the things that I what's it called applied to that day, none of them respond back. So,
It may take some time.
yeah, yeah. I'm just so used to like them not responding at all, and then like months later deciding like, hey, let's go here. We're so sorry we didn't.
Yeah, what the hell is up with that? Like,
Yeah.
at least the one I applied for, it was like, yeah, we received it, and then nothing after that.
Yep. I have a job that I was supposed to hear back from in February that never heard back from in February.
That's just rude. This is
Yeah.
this is why people leave jobs.
Yeah. It's like
Because
you
y'all
think.
some rude asses. Y'all expect loyalty and you pull that shit.
Yeah. It's bullshit, but keep searching, Brad. Keep searching, right? That's
Yep.
all I can do.
Yep,
All
all
I
you
can
can
do.
do, bro.
Yeah. But yeah, man, with that said, let's go ahead and get into this thing, Brad. You
Yeah,
you
so
wanna
so I
do this
can
thing?
so I cannot be blind anymore.
Yeah. With all right. So if you have not watched Lone Star, it's your chance to get out of here if you care about spoilers. But if you don't care about spoilers, then please go ahead and stay. Either way, how it goes, this is your one and only spoiler warning, and it is in effect in a 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Today's episode of the Nerd Court is brought to you by SeatGeek. Whether you want to see your favorite band, sports team, or comedian, SeatGeek has you covered. We're proud to be partnering with SeatGeek to offer you $10 off your first order with code TheNerdCourt. That's $10 off your first order at SeatGeek.com with code THENERDCORPS. So take a seat at your next live event with SeatGeek. Thank you. Now let's get back to today's video. All right, man. Lone Star is a 1996 American neo-Western mystery film written, edited, and directed by John Sayles and set in a small town in South Texas. I have a feeling that this was inspired by Bronzeville. The ensemble cast features Chris Cooper, Chris Christopherson, Matthew McConaughey, and Elizabeth Pena, and deals with a sheriff's investigation into the murder of one of his predecessors, filmed on location along the Rio Grande in the southern and southwestern Texas. The film received critical acclaim, with critics regarding it as a high point of 1990s independent cinema, as well as one of Sayles' best films. It was nominated for Academy Award for Best Original Screenplay and also appeared on the ballot for the AFI's top 10 in the Western category. Of course, also starring Clifton James, Ron Canada, Frances McDormand, Joe Morton, and yeah, Matthew McConaughey. Cinematography is done by Stuart Dryber, and music is done by Mason Daring. And it sits at 2 hours and 15 minutes, and on a budget of $3 to $5 million, it made 13 million at the box office. Yeah. Um, Brad, like before we actually get into it, man, like I actually do believe this is set in Bronzeville. Like it has to be, Brad, because it's like they go to Matamoros, which is right next to Bronzeville.
Hmm.
Like this
Yeah.
has to be Bronzeville.
That kind of makes sense.
Like yeah, like ain't no way this ain't Bronzeville, bro. Like yeah, but Brad, I chose this movie because of course it just got a recent 4K from the
The
Criterion
Criterion.
Collection.
Yep.
Yeah, but when Brad was like looking up like Matthew McConaughey films, he was like, this Lone Star looks interesting. And I said, okay, why not like look into more westerns, man? Why don't we just like stop being scared of what's gonna
After that 1
happen?
month.
Yeah, let's just stop being scared of the what's it called westerns, bro. Because we don't want to repeat the same shit we have to happen in Western month, and we've been kind of what's called avoiding it. So I was like, Brad, let's not be afraid of it. Fuck it, let's talk about a western. And lo and behold, right, we got a western.
Yep.
Yeah. So, Brett, I have to say, I really enjoyed this Western film. I actually really like this movie. Um, it's very gritty, but it's like it's not just concentrated on the mystery part of it. It's got other things that it's kind of like occupied with, like it's a lot of like social what's it called problems, and it just has a way of building the atmosphere of the movie really well. Like I think that the way you get to know Frontera, Texas, and the way that it's kind of built around it, it makes you feel like you're living there with all these people. But I think it's a great movie, Brad. What are your initial thoughts?
First off, I want to say, hey, Stacy, welcome
Oh,
to
yeah.
chat. Uh,
It's like bleeding saddles. It will scare off an audience. Yeah.
okay, going into Lone Star, I'm gonna call this one. And I don't think I've ever called a movie. I call this one like an onion. Like it starts to peel back through the
Yeah.
movie this history of these different characters throughout this, and the lore through it, and then along with the mystery of who killed Charlie Wade, and then it's like, well, the whole town really didn't care who killed Charlie Wade, so they never really figured it out. But it's the son of the guy they think killed Charlie Wade trying to figure it out, because
Yeah.
him and his father weren't on the best of terms, so he just wanted to know for sure. And also this whole lore of Buddy Deeds and the legend of Buddy Deeds, and how he stood up to Charlie Wade and everything else he did, how he was basically a good person, except for the part where they alluded that he didn't like interracial
Yeah.
marriage, which I think came from the scene with the drive-through or the drive-in movie where he
Yeah.
pulled his son off of Pilar
Yeah.
when they were kids. I think it comes from that. But that was at the end of the movie that all comes to light on why he did that. So it was not an interracial marriage thing.
I don't think it was more of an interracial thing. I think it was the fact that they're half brother and half
yeah,
sister.
they're related.
Yeah.
which that that's the only thing I had with this movie, is I thought the ending is a bit weird, and it kind of comes off like, I don't care if it's wrong, we're still going to. And it's like, okay.
I mean, they've already fucked, Brad.
I mean, I know, but
She said she can't get pregnant.
well, yes, but at the same, it's still
Very weird. It's still very weird.
You have genetics, and I mean, you might as well be English royalty at that point. Uh, so yeah. Other than the ending, I thought this was a terrific watch. I thought it was a great Western, and I don't know. It was just cool to see these. Basically, see Charlie Wade get his comeuppance, and from and they did a really good job of not making you suspect the person that killed him.
Yeah.
So I thought, because everybody thought it was Buddy Deeds.
Nope.
And that's how it kind of continued, or Otis. It might have been Otis. I mean, that was kind of the two directions they were pulling you towards.
We'll escape to the open arms of Alabama.
Well, the only one who knows, like, who could be an issue is the mother, Miriam or Mercedes Cruz.
Yeah.
Played by Miriam Colon, who was terrific in that movie.
She's great. And there are many moments where I'm just like, please shut the fuck up. Like, oh my God, I hate you.
Oh, was it the one where she's like, I'm calling the Border Patrol? It is like,
yeah.
You're the problem.
Border Patrol? Like, fuck you. Oh my God. Like, everybody who lives on the border has seen this happen 1,000 times. And I'm willing to take a survey that says most of them don't give a single shit that people are crossing.
I mean, the ones who are very loud about it are very loud about it. Most of the people who live on the border, they know they're crossing right through.
Yeah, they're it's more of a just don't get into my property thing.
Well, and my thing is, my house is situated higher up in the property. There's property lower than my house. It is like, you just go through there and don't mess with my house.
Yeah, it's like, that's the thing, is like, and usually that's the case where people are just like, just don't mess with my property. You go run what you want. I can only help you so much, but just don't mess with my property.
Yeah.
And she's like, excuse me, Border Patrol? Like, my God, I was like, shut the fuck up, man. Like,
yeah. I did like the flashbacks though in this movie.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed that, where it's the young Matthew McConaughey.
I love the way they edited it too.
Yeah, and then the one with what was the Emilio Cruz, when he gets shot down by Charlie Wade, and you have Hollis go, what the fuck, man? Like, this is the second time I've seen you fucking do this. Like, stop it. Yeah. So I think Hollis basically came to terms with like Charlie Wade was someone who needed to be dealt with. Otherwise, he was going to kill everyone in this town.
Yeah, yeah, but yeah, dude, it's just it's a freaking fantastic western. I love the cinematography. I think the lighting is fantastic, bro. Like, and and just the way that they kind of have the border as a like a part of the identity of this film works
Oh,
so
and
well.
then the military base right by it, and
Yeah,
they actually portrayed the military base really well because you had Payne Otis's or Lieutenant Colonel it was Colonel Payne come in and basically tell his dad that he could have his bar off limits to the soldiers, which basically would kill a bar. And I've seen that happen to businesses around where I'm at. The military bases said their soldiers cannot go there. That's just death to your business. And you
yeah,
also fucking screwed up really bad.
yep, yep. Thought the music was good too. I love Chris Christopherson in this film. Like but like I love Chris Christopherson in general, man.
Yeah.
Man's like such a great actor. I love his work. So
And
don't ever
Chris
you never
Cooper played a great. I think Chris Cooper was the lead in
yeah,
this, but I think he did really well. But yes, Chris Christopherson was like just he just oozed the villain role, just
yeah.
oozed of it, and you're just like, man, I hope you die. And look,
And I love how like I told you, Brad. Like I think this film is topical because there's shit in this movie that we're still fighting about today. Like
yeah,
fighting about like the what's it called the role of like Mexican Americans in the education system, and like talking about the presence of the Mexicans in Texas, and we're still like going on about like what can be taught and what can't be taught, and like how people think. Like the guy says it clearly. He goes, "Well, what y'all call history is what I call it propaganda," and it's like, well, it's what actually happened,
yeah.
and you know. You can what's it called? You can try to
But
erase it, but like the fact is that this actually happened
but
and
you're
this was real.
painting it in a light I don't like.
Yeah,
That's basically the basis of it. And it's like
yeah,
just tell the truth. I mean, and don't leave out anything so kids can form an opinion on it, an actual opinion of what happened.
yep, yep. But um, but fucking Elizabeth Pena is fantastic, man. Oh my
Ooh, and
god,
beautiful,
yeah. I mean,
gorgeous.
that's she was in La Bamba as well, and love her in La Bamba, and she's great in this one too, man. Santa's cough,
Cough
cough.
Ron
Well,
DeSantis
yeah, and
cough.
it's like yeah, and that's like I'm telling you, man. It's just it's the way it just comes off. It's like we're still having fights about this shit, man. And like, and in this film, you can tell like the way they. It's like it's not even just that. It's like the treatment of black people in the city as well. It's like the guy even said like I'm the only black business here. Like I'm what's it called? We have no other ones. It's just me here.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and that's because they were either run out of town or forced to close by Charlie Wade himself.
yeah,
And how the police were the worst ones there. They were basically like the mob, you know, taking money from these businesses for protection.
yeah. And and that's why that's why I fucking think that this is Bronzeville, bro. That's why I think is like, okay, Brownsville has gotten a lot more progressive as of late, right? But like the old times, what's it called? Black population was so low. There was not much of black people in Brownsville, and
It was probably only military, and that's kind of how it is on
well,
the border
Fort
towns.
Brown,
Yeah,
we have Fort Brown in Brownsville, where the big battle of what's it called of the Mexican American War happened, the U.S. Mexico War. Um, But like I said, man, it's I think it's fantastic, man. And I think and like I wish I could just pull John Sayles aside and be like, hey, man, you're talking about Bronzo, right? Because like all of this really does feel like it is in Bronzo. Like, and I love when he goes into Matamoros, and I wonder if he did shoot in Matamoros because I was like, dude, that looks like it. Like that
mhm.
looks like it. But
And that was a great scene too when he went over on
yeah,
the other side of the line and just had that conversation, and the guy was like, "It don't matter what you are here."
yeah, yep. like I said, bro, I love the way we transition to the flashbacks, like that whole point with Eladio, like with Eladio Cruz and him getting shot,
Hmm.
his friend getting shot, and like I was like, oh man, like I
That
love the way we edit that
I
he
mean
edited that.
that's what I like too. I like those transitions to showing like, Matthew McConaughey being younger than his son that were being shown
Yeah,
in this, and I mean you just kind of got this whole, you kind of like felt Buddy Deeds was like this legendary like cowboy, almost cowboy sheriff.
yeah, yeah. But man, I think the damn good movie, man. I think it's way better than anything we did. Most of the movies we did on what's it called, Western Month. I
We
won't say
don't
it's
mention
better
that.
than Fistful of Dollars. Definitely not. But
Oh, what about was it Hell or High Water?
oh no 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 no
No,
no.
no, Hell or High Water.
That's a neo Western masterpiece, Brad.
Yes, yes,
Yeah,
that
yeah.
was good.
No,
That was really good.
look, it's not better than Hell or High Water. It's not better than No Country for Old Men. But like,
No,
this is a really good
it's
Western.
good stuff, especially for the '90s.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. Very multi-layered Western. That
yeah,
like it's
and you don't really get that.
yeah.
Usually, it's bad guy. It's usually good guy versus bad guy. And honestly, it's usually John Wayne or Clint Eastwood versus I'm
Yeah,
just gonna say it, versus Mexicans. That's
yeah,
it's like every fucking western.
yeah. And like I said, like, and fucking dare I say, man, I don't know if people would like, and I think like some Mexicans would hate me for me saying this, but like I would kind of consider this a Chicano film, bro. Like this is kind of a Chicano film,
Well,
and
you have the white sheriff who is the villain in this.
yeah, but and I like that John Sayles does not like what's it called hesitate to show how like Mexicans can also be very racist and the whole like no we do not want you with a like she was like you didn't let me date Anglos for so long and it's like I really like just the many layers of this movie that Sayles has in his script. It's
But
such a
but
great script.
but then at the end, we understand why she didn't let her date that
That
particular
that
Anglo.
Anglo that Anglo
That
yeah
one, that
yeah
one in particular, for
yeah
very good reason.
yeah yeah. What a fucking reveal, Brad. I'm
Yeah, just at the end, I always felt we had like a bond. It's like, no shit,
oh, shit, bro.
genetic bond.
Y'all got the same dad or mom.
Yeah, you got the same dad. Just
Yep.
just saying.
But like you're like, well, I can't get pregnant. So what's it's like still
So let's just
related.
keep doing it. It feels good. It's just like, no, that is not the.
Mhm.
That should not be the. No, step bro.
Yeah.
Like there's a TikTok and all she goes and she has like cue cards and it's just like, don't have sex with family.
Yeah.
Don't have sex with family. Second
Fantastic
cousins,
movie.
third cousins, don't have sex with family. It's
Yeah.
web feet.
Yeah. I think this is one of the best movies, just like what's it called? No Country for Old Men that depicts the border. And I think it depicts it pretty accurately. I think
And
it
you know
does.
what else? No yellow tint.
No yellow tint.
No yellow
You
fucking
went
tint.
into fucking what's it called Mexico and there was no yellow
No
tint.
yellow tint.
Yeah. And dare I say, man, oh my God, this restoration looks great. I want this 4K, Brad. I want this 4K and hopefully I have a job by July. Because I really want this 4K. This looks so freaking good, man.
Yeah,
Um,
and I watched on Tubi and it looked pretty good still. Like,
yeah,
it wasn't bad.
yeah. But
No,
I
just
can't say
kidding.
what I want to say right now. Yeah. But yeah, man, I think it's a fantastic movie. I'm gonna give it like an 8.5 out of 10, Brad. I thought it was a pretty damn good movie. If I give it any higher, I'd be putting it in the realm of no Hell or High Water or No Country for Old Men.
Yeah, and those are,
Those
I think those
excellent.
are better movies.
Uh-huh.
Ah, the traded tube. It wasn't bad. Just had commercials.
Mhm.
I'm gonna give it the same 8.5 out of 10.
Yeah.
I think that's perfect for it. It's a great movie. Great, and one of the better westerns we've watched and reviewed on the show. So if that does anything for you.
Yeah. Like I said, man, everybody in the cast is so good, and I think that everybody works well with each other, man. I can't put it above the other movies that I've seen from like from this genre. And I think, but this actually is a damn good fucking movie, bro.
Hmm.
Yeah. And that concludes our review of Lone Star. As always, we want to thank you all so much for joining us. Check out our website, thenerdcore.com. Check out our Instagram and threads at the Nerdcore, Twitter at the Nerdcore and TikTok at the Nerdcore. Discord link is in the description below as well. Of course, we want to thank you all so much for being here. If you're watching this on YouTube, please make sure that you leave a like on the video, you subscribe to the channel, you click the notification bell so you don't miss another video that drops on the channel. Of course, if you're listening to this on the audio side of things, make sure that you leave a 5-star review on your favorite podcast platform of choice and follow us on that platform as well. Of course, my friends, our Patreon is patreon.com/thenerdcore, where you get this episode live, early, and ad-free just for our patrons at the $1 tier and above. It happens for the Monday episodes, and it happens for the Thursday episodes when they're live. Any extra reviews, they also are ad-free for our patrons, and the rest of y'all on the public on Saturdays at 12 p.m. have to deal with the ad break in there. But of course, man, I just want to thank you all so much for joining us today. And of course, thank you to our patrons. They make it all possible. Without them, who the hell knows what we would be doing? But without them, this doesn't happen. So thank you to all of them, especially our executive producer, Shane. Where can they find him, Brad?
You can follow our friend Shane at twitch.tv/XSRK or on Twitter at thriftedil, or go buy something from the Suppy God at PrisonCityVintage.com.
Yeah. We gotta do some more westerns, Brad. We gotta do more westerns, man. Some of these aren't that. Some of these aren't like the other ones, Brad.
No, some of these are pretty fucking good.
Fucking good, right?
Yeah. And this one was quite different. So I quite enjoyed it. I don't know if I'd ever seen a western quite like this one.
I can tell you, man. I think I like the neo western more than the regular, old school western.
Yeah, it's there's more to uncover in it.
Yeah,
in my opinion.
Yeah, and like I said, I think the neo westerns do better at the identity of the border, and I think they understand the border a little more than like the old school ones. And yeah, but you know what, man? Maybe one of these days we're like, let's go ahead and just give it another try, Brad. Let's just give it another try, and not choose some really big stinkers this time.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. What was it? Bone Tomahawk or something?
Bone Tomahawk, Appaloosa.
Yeah.
Good thing I saved those with my picks. Fucking Hell or High Water and what's it called? And the Fistful of Dollars.
They can't all be winners.
Yeah. What did we do for a Patreon mini that one time? Wow, I can't remember that.
I don't remember.
Yeah. Since we're patronless, we'll be streaming the catalog of films from Crackle. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, don't lead us down that route, guys.
No, please no.
Yeah, get your friends involved so we can afford even more and better things.
Yeah. Just enough to keep us off Crackle.
Yeah. Crackle and Tubi and all the free shit.
With that said, we're going to get ahead and get out of here, guys. We'll be back on Sunday for a review of Fallout Season 1. But for now, to all y'all, we'll see you guys in the next one. Brett, go ahead and set them out.
All right, our whole theme and host as always. Thank you to Stacy for joining us in chat today. Thank you to all our listeners and patrons. We appreciate each and every one of y'all. And to end this episode, don't have sex with your half brother or half sister. You can go out.
Y'all are a bunch of sick fucks.